What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Shep's Garage video, and this is my MK8 GTI, and I have owned this car for 6 months this coming June, which is so hard to believe because I feel like I just got this car yesterday, and over the past 6 months and 4,500 miles, this car has been amazing to own. I have had little to no complaints with this car, and for those who are interested in buying a MK8 GTI, I want to go over my ownership for the past 6 months with this car, everything that I liked, don't like, and all the problems that I've had with it for the past 6 months. Because I was one of the first in my state, Massachusetts, to actually get my hands on one of these MK8 GTIs, so I thought it would be a good video to make, and I may be one of the first 6-month reviews up on YouTube. So without further ado, hope you guys enjoy this video. Now, if you are new to my channel and this is your first time seeing my face on your screen, don't forget to please click that subscribe button down below if you are new. In doing so, you get MK8 GTI content, and you're gonna help me become a full-time YouTuber when I'm older. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, and without you guys making that, well, you guys, that would not be possible. So please consider subscribing if you like my videos, if you like watching my videos. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight on to the video. Now, that is right, I still can't believe that 6 months has flew by this fast, because I have enjoyed this car so much. I have about 4,500 miles on it, specifically I think 40,586 miles on it, and I've absolutely loved it. It is absolutely fantastic. I've had little to no complaints with this car, and overall, this car has just been super reliable. And I do want to touch upon a couple of points within my 6 months of ownership with this car. And I want to start out with the bugs I've experienced with the 6 months of ownership. So I've experienced a little bit of bugs. I've talked about this topic in previous videos, but I have experienced a couple of bugs, which I will tell you. I experienced bugs in this car before, but there are some that are pretty common than others. Now, everything I'm talking in this car relating to bugs, they're all intermittent issues. And I actually tried to take this car to Volkswagen. I made a video on this, and they couldn't find any issues with it. So other GTI owners are experiencing it, so it's not just me, but sometimes the radio completely goes out and I have no volume on, like the stereo. Other times the heat blows out cold, but that hasn't actually happened in a while since I've been blowing air conditioning from now on, because it's like 60 degrees here, 70 degrees, 80 degrees, so it's fairly nice weather, so I don't need the heat anyway. I would probably say that the speakers going out is my most common intermittent bug with this car. Other than that, this car hasn't really experienced any other bugs, like intermittent bugs. Some have happened once or twice, but I can't really remember those since they've only happened once or twice. Now, speaking of the bugs, I do want to talk about the screens in this car, because I know that is a very big common misconception with the new GTI, and over the past 6 months, I have gotten used to the screens. I know some people may think that I haven't got used to them, but no, I have gotten used to the whole layout of this whole dashboard setup. So the screen, it is kind of laggy, and I have gotten used to sort of that aspect, that it is slow, but it does speed up like as time passes. But I've gotten used to the whole air conditioning thing. I've really just used the buttons up here, and same thing with the seat controls and everything, but I really just do it quickly while I'm driving, and then I never touch it again. I would have to say that I use Apple CarPlay more than this infotainment system. I only really use this infotainment system if I'm listening to like the radio, or the if I have to change something in the vehicle settings, like turn traction control off or adjust the volume or anything like that. But I mostly use just Apple CarPlay, and I expect that is how most GTI owners and Golf R owners are using their infotainment systems, because I think Apple CarPlay is just like I think it's a lot better than this infotainment system. The same thing goes for the controls in the steering wheel. I have really gotten used to the controls. Same thing with the volume. I've gotten used to this stuff and everything over here as well. I usually don't even use these buttons. I only really use the park menu button to see like people behind me in traffic, and the drive mode switch, which I use to change drive modes. But I don't really use this climate tab at all. To be fair, I really just tap right down here and it brings it up perfectly fine. So overall, I have gotten used to this infotainment system, and sure, other people may have complaints, but I don't have any complaints. And over the past 6 months, it has been awesome. So yeah. Those are some of the things that people most talk about with this car. Now, I do want to give some of my final impressions after the first 6 months with this car. And I do want to say that I absolutely love the way this car drives. Haven't driven a better sports, like, hot hatch than this car. And if you think that it drives the exact same as the Mark 7, you would 100% be wrong. This car drives completely different than a Mark 7. I've driven them both. I've even also driven an older one, a Mark 6, and they all drive completely different. I love the way this car drives, and it has to really do, but this thing is super stiff when coming into corners. It is fantastic to drive. Even just to do my daily commute to school in, I've always have a smile on my face in this car. It's fantastic. Now, one quick thing to note when driving this car, I have to say this car drives fantastic, as I said. However, I think these tires aren't the best on this car, and I don't know if it's the brand or if it's the amount of grip that these all-season tires have, but I don't really think that these tires really fit this type of car. I would honestly opt to go and buy some like Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's for this car, or some other like really grippy like summer tires, because I think the way this car corners and the way at like 30-40 miles an hour, you really do need more grippy tires with this car. So that is something I am going to invest in after these tires get worn, which I have no idea how to check if tires are worn, but I don't think these tires are worn at all, just because they look like they all have tread on them. So that is one quick thing to note, is I do think that investing in a separate set of tires, a new set of more grippier tires for this car, would also be a good buy, as well as getting a set of winters, which I am planning to do when this coming winter. I am planning to get a set of winter wheels for this car, and have a set of summer tires or summer wheels. So I think I'm gonna mount the winter wheels on these wheels, and then I'm gonna have summer tires with a new set of wheels, which you'll find out very soon. That also leads me into my next point, which is that in exactly about a week, my new exhaust will be going on this car, and I am super excited for that. So if you want to see that comparison video, I'm going to do a stock exhaust versus the new exhaust video. So if you want to see that video, make sure you subscribe to this channel. So modifications are definitely coming for this car. I think, for example, I'm gonna get, I have an exhaust, I have an exhaust planned. I'm gonna get a tune installed, as well as a suspension and wheels. Complete build so far, but it's gonna look awesome. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for the videos. But any other last thoughts? I haven't used the back seat in this car yet because I can't take other kids around. So once I do a 1 year review, then I can talk about that. And the trunk space, well, trunk space is trunk space, and it is very good. So that is my sort of 6-month update review with my Mark 8 GTI. I have been enjoying it a lot. There really aren't a lot of bad things with this car, and I've sort of kind of exaggerated that like 5 things I hate video. I did that really early on in my ownership, but after I've owned the car for a while, I've absolutely loved it. Those things I didn't like before, I kind of just don't really notice them anymore, and I kind of sort of get used to them. So it's a fantastic car. If you are looking to buy a Mark 8, I know there are more common now, so at dealerships, so you can go and buy one. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, smash that like button. Stay subscribed if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.